Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Minecraft Dinosaur world here at Gobspout. We're in the park today, and today, I guess you guys are in for a bit of a treat. You guys get to see some new things, because I was working, I was starting recording the few episodes on a few projects, and then I realized this is really hard to record. So I'm better off just doing it off camera and showing you in an update video. Huzzah! Here we are, in that update video. So, things are going to be pretty good looking. One thing as well is that I didn't think that... Look, a long time ago they disabled the random mob spawning of passive mobs on patches of grass. Apparently they didn't, because there's more cows in the Sarco exhibit than there has ever been before. And I saw them all bulk spawn in. There was like 6 of them in like a 2x3. I was like, alright, that's pretty suspicious. I didn't watch them appear, I just saw that 2x3 when they hadn't been there before, and I'm like, okay, I understand. Although I feel like there was more before, and they'd just been eaten or something stupid. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to show off that we are in this Sarco viewing area. It's had some work done, look, it's had some work done. We've got these nice little birch, kind of somewhat classy chairs for people to sit in and watch. We've got this on the end now. This is our staff access into the exhibit. And I know it's dodge. You may not understand, this is a trapdoor. This is a trapdoor. And because I'm too lazy to always be closing it, it's just walk forward, jump, and then leave, and then same deal, walk forward, step down, and then through. And that's how that works. It doesn't look the prettiest thing, but I mean it passes. It passes. So down here, what do we have? Well, you'll see a few things. These redstone lamps are now turned on. They're active, which means I can actually get rid of all the torches in that tunnel, but I haven't thought about that yet. But I can. But here we go. You can see we've got a nice little stair going up. We've got this here, these chiseled blocks. It looks quite nice. Even just that looks nice there. That's a nice little picture there. You'll see that we've got these stairs now. These are nice, and the redstone lamps are lit. Now, they never used to be able to be lit because these were pistons originally, and turning the lamps on would turn the pistons on, which would break our thing in here because all these blocks around randomly would be pushed out, like all the way down here. All the way you'd have blocks pushed out. So we replaced them with crate blocks. Not crate blocks, they're like scaffold, hex, cross blocks from the Chisel mod. Chisel 2 specifically, I believe. And they look nice now, and you can see we've started to put some stone brick in here. We need to do the whole thing, but I thought, oh wait, and I'll do that in its own special video. Give us something a bit different to record about. We have a real monster issue in the park at the moment as well. There is a creeper explosion outside the Hypsilophodon exhibit. Not happy. Not happy. So we're going to need to crack down on some security pretty soon, I think, because that's out of control. That's unacceptable behavior. Oh yeah, the roof too have updated, which means that we've now got this nice little... Oh no, I didn't update the... It's still this. It's just on this edge that I've upgraded it, so it's nice now. That's nice. That looks nice. I like it. Still needs some work. We'll probably do that when we do the tunnel as well. Because you can see down here we've got a temporary design, an idea. This is an idea is what this is. I just don't know if it's the kind of theme we want for the whole way down through the tunnel. I don't know. We're going to find out, well, eventually, won't we? And that's where the more corpus, it's going to be stone brick all the way down. So, where are we? What's new? We come up through here. Not much has changed. Not much has changed. We had the explosion just like he was standing here. And he's like, hi. I was running along the hedge. I jumped over. And he was like... And I thought I would have missed him. And I was all the way... I'm not even kidding you. I was over, like, on that path when he blew up. I wasn't happy at all. Because that doesn't make any sense. So the path got a little bit taken out. But mainly it was the hedge that got damaged. Luckily the tree survived. But I don't understand what happened to the hedge. I've just did a little bit of something. It's better than what it was. It's not as glorious as it used to be. But it's fine. We're going to come back through and redecorate this area anyway. Get rid of this. Spice up these little intersection bits. But what's important here is this. Huzzah! Look at this. It's beautiful. We have our last Athyrium viewing. I want to call it a vent. It's not a vent. Our structure. It is absolutely gorgeous and nice. I'm actually very famous for this. I'm not. I don't know why I wanted to say that. I'm very proud of this. Very proud of this. Look, now this is looking very professional. It has Athyrium, and you got this viewing area. And come in, looky, looky. Ooh, isn't it nice? Isn't it nice? And then you just come along and you view out these vents in the side. You see the Athyrium, who you can't see at the moment because he's not sitting anywhere you would be able to see from this. He's sitting like right down there on that side of the wall. So I get to remove him now because there he goes. He's honking away. We also want to make that structure up there a viewing vent for the Athyrium. We're considering that too. When we convert that to be a Tyrannosaur exhibit. But pretty proud and impressed with how this turned out. It's looking very, very nice. It does look quite good indeed. Does look quite good indeed. So yeah, I'm proud of that. Proud of that. And we can actually go into the Athyrium exhibit now. I'm just trying to think which gate would be faster. This one probably would be the faster gate. We don't even need to. We're going to run straight over. We're going to run straight on over. It looks nice from this angle too. Look at that. Yeah, that's gorgeous. That's nice. It's got nice use of levels and shapes. I like that there's no glass, no fence, no blockade. It's literally just open air, open blocks. I like that a lot. This back here, if I wanted, I could put like a little anything really. You can't access it. It's just to make this side of the building look aesthetically nice. And I actually think it works. I actually do think it works. I think this guy accepts a stick from memory. You a stick? Yeah, don't follow me. You can just wander. I need to get you a friend. And I need another tree. Once we get this built, I'm going to put more decoration and better decoration in this exhibit because it's very plain, boring geo. It could use helping hand. Actually, already you can just use some... It's already turning nighttime as well. Goodness blimey. Could use some grass. There we go. That's a bit nicer. He's gone to sleep already. We can't go. Don't go to sleep, buddy. Don't go to sleep. You and I are meant to watch the stars together. That's how it works. Oh, fun thing as well. I got a blood test today. I don't usually get blood tests. I haven't had one since I was about 1. Hi, buddy. Hi. So that's, well, I had a bit of a, oh man, I can feel my whole arm pumping after just shifting it. Had a bit of a fear and phobia of blood tests. I suppose I just, in my imagination, imagined the needle being a lot thicker than it was. I imagined it to be like the thickness of an end of a ballpoint pen, but it wasn't that at all. It's the same thickness as a normal standard vaccination syringe, which I guess it makes sense. I didn't think it. I thought it had to be thicker if it was taking things, and just a different part of the arm. Okay, I'm not going to talk about it because it's still a bit freaky outy about it. But there's one other thing as well today, of interest, and it's the laboratory, because the laboratory up here has been deconstructed. It is gone, so we're actually in the process of replacing all the floor. We need to get rid of that over there, and eventually we'll get rid of this main section too, because we're in the process of currently swapping out all the floor for grass, because what we're going to do is we're going to have our Project Rainbow up there, our Project Rainbow. I just call that because that's what Vex called his in the in the Minecraft Season 4 server world. Basically, we need to set up farms for all of our things, all of our items. We need effective, efficient farms for everything. Now, underneath our house, we're going to have, in the basement area, we're going to have all the biological stuff, like the gardens and whatnot. So, or the cactus farms and the cocoa beans and watermelons and wheat and all that, carrots, all getting moved downstairs. But the other we got one for cows ready for our food, but we need one for sheep and coloured. We need one for dyes, and we need one for coloured wool, because that's an easy product to produce. So we're just going to make a massive sheep farm over there on that mountaintop, where it's flat, with all the different coloured sheeps, and it's going to be great. And so that's what the process is going to be when we clear out that, and that'll be a project for one day, a nice little project, because even though this is Gobs Lizards, and it's a Minecraft dinosaur series, and you guys come for the dinosaurs, I know, but there's more to the world than that. And if we just focus on only dinosaurs, then we're going to zoom through the series and focus on it'll make me sad that there was potential for it that we didn't live up to. So that's what we're doing with that over there. Things like that. And that's why I've noticed as well. That's why today we're doing something a bit different, because I've looked, and it's been like 8 episodes since you guys have had any interaction with a dinosaur or a species of, from the dinosaur mods. And I've looked at that and I've gone, you probably are wanting a species, and it's fair that, I should have one maybe every 10 episodes. I should do specific, touchy, special work showing one off, or hatching a new one. But we can't hatch a new one all the time, or else we literally will only have like another 60 episodes, and there's so much more potential in this world than 60 episodes. So that's why we're not going to focus on that. On doing that, but because of that, something special, you guys deserve a dinosaur. So what have I done? I've reconstructed the laboratory. It's down here. It's gorgeous. It's kind of look, I altered it a bit from my original thing. You can see the analyzers in through that glass window. It was originally a cube, and it was just a giant one of those you see through there. It was a giant JurassiCraft DNA analyzer. Or DNA extractor, sorry. But I altered it a bit to give it some levels, and it looks quite nice now. I am fond of it. I am fond of it. It's very nice, I believe. That it's looking stunning. Stunning. It's a bit complicated. You look at it from this angle because I honestly don't know what to do with it. I'm going to leave it for now because I can't care. I think it looks fine. I think it looks just fine. So if we come inside here, ta-da! Isn't it nice? We've got our JurassiCraft cultivators down here. Our cultivators down here. We've got our culture vat here, protected so they don't spill anywhere if they fail. On the left, sorry, on the right here, we have the fossil and archaeology genetic. Let me try that again. We have the fossils and archaeology genetic material samples in this chest here, which is all of our DNA samples for our both animals and plants, flora and fauna of that mod. And then on the other side over here, we have JurassiCraft pure herbivores on the top two chests. And on the bottom two, we have JurassiCraft pure carnivore chests. So these are all 100% samples, you can see. They're all 100%. And these ones over here behind us are the JurassiCraft impure mixed DNA samples. These ones are the ones that are all different random qualities. You'll see we have a cow here. Why do we have a cow here? You may be confused and asking. So, we have a door to the cow here. That looks quite nice too. I quite like that too. The reason for that is because a culture vat can be fueled entirely by a single bucket of milk. So bringing a cow in makes that nice and easy. We have a terror bird fossil in the middle here. Quite nice, a nice little addition. It lets you kind of know that this is where stuff happens. And then over here we have our cultivators, but we need water. Now where is water, you may go? Oh my goodness, there's no water, and especially because we built on the pond. There's some over there, but that's a bit of a distance and a walk. What have we done? We've done nice things. That's what this here is. A glass trapdoor with an infinite spring of water that I've just fallen in and I'm not meant to fall in. So that is a bit of a struggle now. But we just collect water from the middle one and fill up any of the culture vats is the word I'm looking for. Cultivators. Man, I'm not too brilliant. Come upstairs here and you will see we have our DNA thingamabobs. I'm not very detailed in that, am I? We have our analyzers here from fossils and archaeology. We have our DNA extractors here from JurassiCraft, and then we have the DNA combinator at the end. But we don't need this upstairs now. We've got some nice windows up here to the sky, redstone lamps in the corners, a nice view out over the park through this window here. It's nice. We can see our newly constructed Athyrium viewing vent. The Athyrium still hasn't moved, poor guy. Probably needs a friend to follow him around. But today, what are we doing to show you guys and give you something new, like I was saying, is we're going to go in and we're going to collect 2 Titanus birds. And we are going to get new dinosaurs in the park. They're not new dinosaurs, but I just feel like you guys deserve dinosaurs, or exotic prehistoric species. And Titanus count as gobs lizards because they're dinosaur relatives, or passing on from, or, you know, down the phylogenetic tree, they're of the avian class. So technically they're a lizard, so they slide. That guy isn't a lizard though, the good old furry Athyrium. So this exhibit was our very first exhibit we ever built. And I should be doing these. We're gonna bless and christen our laboratory and welcome it in by giving it some nice things. What am I? I'm looking for words that I can't find. We're gonna christen it by cultivating these 2 new species. Not 2 new species, but just 2 Titanus birds. There you go. You can see it's an infinite spring. Alright. And if we get to you, in there like that. Now, I've just realized as well that I should probably get a better way of collecting nutrients, because we are going to be needing that if we are to be doing this, you know, very efficiently and very very much and a lot of. So this is obviously not a great way, but for this one-off time, well, we may stick in some... Oh, that's a bit of an easier way, isn't it? There's a bit of an easier way. It needs more. It needs more than that. There we go. There we go. It's being greedy. It was being greedy, but that's okay. So we'll have to find in the future a better way to do that. That's okay. I, at this point, am literally just going on rambling. Okay, now I can talk. We got our new... Look at that. Our new laboratory. It's quite nice. That's a nice thumbnail just there. That's a nice thumbnail that we have just there. So, what these two are, the very first species we had in the... What's it called? In the park, were two Titanus birds. They were the first things that we ever hatched, and they were in this exhibit here, which was our very first exhibit we ever built. Now, we're not using this as the Titanus exhibit anymore. You can see we've dismembered it a bit. It's no longer attached to the park. It's disconnected. It's being kept and left here for memorabilia. But you may think, why are we populating it with... Why are we putting dinosaurs in it then? Well, because it adds to the memorabilia. But it's not the exhibit. So, you can see that's where I hatched the first egg. The very first egg ever in this whole park. And then when the JurassiCraft mod updated, he got discontinued, he disappeared, despawned, which was a bug that I've just managed to work with. So, it's not going to be the official Titanus exhibit. We're going to have an official Titanus exhibit. But what we have there is going to be some nice memorabilia, and it'll be nice to have them back in, and it'll just make me happy, and I'm just over-explaining right now why we're doing this. But I feel like you guys deserve to see a new thing, a new specimens. Hi. I have not changed my skin much, but I have altered the back of it. Look at that now. Look at the back of that. We have... Where's a good light? There we go. You can see that we have no more the creeper face on the back. We've just got, like, it's just a plain black shirt. And you'll see those two little triangles. Yeah, that's meant to be my shoulder blades. I think it works alright. I think it works well. Oh, I got my inverted mouse on for some reason. It feels inverted. I don't think it actually is inverted. It's tricking me into thinking it's inverted. I better sleep or these eggs will get cold. The world, though, is looking quite lovely, I will admit. And I've worked out what we're going to do for spawn as well. We're going to do helipads. We're going to do helipads, and we're going to treat it not as an official park entrance. It's going to be more of like a item helicopter stock. Like, you know how they get cargo helicopters. Cargo helicopters is the word I'm looking for. So we're going to get, in the world of roleplay, it's where items would come in from if we specifically, especially needed something from out of the world. Not that we do, just roleplay. And I suppose any VIP guest, but it also makes sense that me, being the only worker in the park, appears where all the items would appear to build the park. I just like that, because I also don't want the official park entrance to be over there. I didn't design the park in such a way for that to be the entrance. Hey! Oh yes, we got a male, and brilliant! They've got noises now as well. I am happy with this, because the original was a male, and then the second one was a female. So this is great. They've used that sounds. This is amazing. I am so looking forward to having the exhibit for the Titanuses built. That's going to be great. Swoon, because they make noises now. They make noises now. The reason I did... Uh-oh. I forgot that happened. The reason that I did block off this exhibit, because it is a nice exhibit for the Titanus, I will admit. It is nice. It works. But I got rid of it because it was way too confusing. Like, the paths, just for it to go all the way around, loop down and through here, for it to be a dead end and loop back, and for the lab to be right there, the home to be right there. I just thought it'll be easier if this is not it's not there because it's confusing. So those two will probably stay in there for the rest of forever as memorabilia. We're going to have an official Titanus exhibit, I imagine, over in the big game area of the park. There'll be a little in-between big exhibit thing But we'll see how we go. Everybody, hope you enjoyed. This has been a bit of an odd episode. Also, I've been commentating a bit odd as well. I've been working on this time talking slower at a pace that's easier to hear and listen to, because it may be something I need to develop now that I'm a school captain and will be delivering speeches to people and crowds. So everybody, hope you all enjoyed. Have a good day. If you have any feedback or suggestions, leave it below in the comments. I love you all. You're all astounding. And thank you. Take it easy. Bye-bye.